Okay. I think we're live. As all of my stuff falls apart because I'm dying. We're trying a new seat because pain is unreal today. We're gonna jump back in the pro lobby where they're practicing. Make sure all my settings are doing what they're supposed to. It looks like they are. And I need to go get a link into my pal's thing here.
Definitely gonna be a heavy wet start.
So if I go like this.
So when we said random, we meant random.
Try to go to my channel. Share.
Thank you,
Copy link.
I'll be doing the same. Now that I know she's up, I will be leaving you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, and where'd the rain go?
Bam. All right. So now I just got to get in the right room. I'm going to be a million miles away from what I'm actually doing here because I just cannot sit in that friggin' rig seat anymore. Welcome, friends, enemies, heroes, villains, everybody and anybody, to the Skelly Punk Charity Racing Series Race 9 at Suzuka. This is the pro lobby. These guys are going to be doing a much better job racing than I did. So, bam, we're there. Hi, Mr. Ostadorata, my bestie, meine Liebe. I need to get a link posted into my own chat. I am Moomin. Pretty silent. What do you mean pretty silent? Can you hear me? Alright, I'm closing this and I'm going into that so I can see what's going on. I'm hurting. Go away from there. Well, I turned the pinky up, and then I turned the racy up. Is that better? There should be lots of sound coming in. I mean, I got straight in from the video with the racing, and then I got my mic right in front of my face. Let's go into my own chat. Let's see if I can paste that. Cool, that's pasted. Now I just gotta go. Ha 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 ha, yeah. You did a nice job, lady. I wish I could have done half as well. A bit more, you say? Alright. We'll turn that up some more. We'll turn my gain up some more. As long as you can hear me and you can hear the race, we're all good and happening. Maybe this needs to be closer to my face. I did a clean 362. You should have seen it. It was slick. Alright, back to getting all of my stuff happening here. I need to go to my own YouTube. And I need to pin that comment that I just put in there. Yes, view your channel. I'm having a rough one today, guys. I'm sorry. Nothing has worked out right. Everything is being a pain. Yeah, Kieran has had zero practice. He was talking about jumping in with us just so he could get a little bit of extra seat time before everything happened. All right, we have the link in the thing, in the description. The link is pinned in the comments. And we are here for charity. If anybody who watches that, you know, isn't one of us and wants to do some donating. Miss Yvonne has joined here. It is a long time off, and my crazy butt has been into ACC so much lately that I had a hard time getting back into this one, especially with nerve kicks in my leg. I hit the brakes so many times and I didn't mean to. It was ridiculous. We're gonna jump in and start checking out some times. Looks like Mr. Nick was banking on a little bit of rain. Is that a little bit of weather on the track? The track is wet. Interesting. What do we got here? Wet tires on. Blue skies and a soaked track. This is gonna make for some fun practice. This here is a sub for Miss Yvonne, Miss Sophie, Miss somebody, one of our misses. Or no, for Seal. Seal's on vacation. That's right. Look at that Palsy sliding around just a little bit. Tail whip. Hi, Miss M. Thanks for joining. Yeah, well, you know, considering everything that I've got going on right now, I think the P4 is probably better than I could have hoped for today. So this Mr. Red looks like he's going to be a quick one here. 210 in the wet. Kieran with a 235 so far. The Moomin Papa yet to set a lap time in the Audi R8. Here's our man, the creator of the series, the mastermind of Scallypunk Charity Racing, Phil the Hooligan Gogan. A great job as usual on comms. Awesome guy. I'm so glad to have met him, gotten around with him. I've met a lot of amazing people here. Here's one of our newest members to Transmission Motorsport team. This is Josh, the Pool Shark. He was driving with ERF this morning. This morning, for me, it was 3:30 a.m. For him, it was 5:30 a.m. I had an unfortunate disconnect. Hippie, my man, how are ya? So I didn't get to finish that race. I stayed up until 3:30 in the morning to do this race. You know, I thought it would be fun. I would do all right. It was Spa. Spa. Everybody knows Spa. And I got disconnected at 4:30. It's like the race starts. I get a couple of laps. Finally start getting a feel for a road car with tuning. And I'm dead. Yeah, it is moisture, my friend, but there is probably going to be another lobby reset before the race starts, and it appears as if it might be going away. We're going to go and take a look at the weather in just a minute after we take a look at our friend, my bestie, M3 guy, Nick. He is a Dream Team Racing Master. He's also sending me some equipment to help me get the sound in my streams better, so really appreciate this guy. He's like all around great friend. Oh yeah, definitely. The sun came out and it's like all of a sudden the moisture started disappearing. Unless you go off the track and then the moisture meter jumps back up to 1,000, but hey. So, let's jump out of the replay options real quick. And Phil wants me to join a potty. So it rained for 30 minutes. 45 minutes. Okay, we're hitting almost a full hour until it disappeared completely. So, you know, it may be a nice dry race. Let's get the hooligan on here real fast. I'm not sure if it comes through the game or not. The hooligan! Hey!
What up? The hooligan!
You know, I'm just trying to exist and not cry. Yeah, I was really surprised. I didn't think it was going to turn out like it did. I really thought I was just going to die.
So,
Is it really soft weather yet? Oh, it's getting there, isn't it? As long as you stick to that dry line, you don't want to be wandering off the dry line yet on softs. Red is coming in on intermediates, and I bet he's going to be switching to racing tires. Moomin Papa sliding around just a little bit there. Where is he coming into? He's heading into the spoon. And he's heading into it a little sideways. Put the power down. Let's go. Right? It's like, you gotta get a good, hey Richie, thanks for coming. You gotta get a good 10, 15 laps in ya, but the second you're back into GT7 mode, it seems like, because I was only doing 204s here, and then I raced ACC at Kyalami for days and days and days, and then today all of a sudden, I'm like doing 201s. I'm pretty sure that if I wasn't in pain, I could probably have done a lot better. Yeah, I saw. She was flying. Emma's like Ms. Queen these days. She's flying. We're gonna have to change her nickname somehow. You don't really want to call her fast, though. It's not okay to call women fast, right? Yeah, 130R is going to be super dangerous on racing tires. What are you thinking? I told you can't drop off that dry line. No coibs on racing tires when it's moist. Hey, Miss Sophie. United Sim Team. Ready to go. All right. Well, we're going to start qualifying with a bit of a dry line and a bit of moist on the outside of the track. So everyone, if you don't know me, if you're here randomly, we are doing this for a charity, a Cerebral Palsy Alliance. I've got a link to donate pinned in the chat. I've got it in the comments. If you have friends that don't want to watch racing or anything, just share the link with them. We're raising money for a great cause. That's the important thing of what we're doing today. Having fun is secondary to raising money for Cerebral Palsy Alliance. And oh my god, this chair's not going to work that great either. Ow! Okay. I'm going to get the left cheek off the chair. Maybe it'll help. Hey, Mr. Maxie, how are you? Yeah, sure, I'll ask if people are ready. You don't get to practice. She won't be on your ass for long. She'll be passing ya. I'm kidding. Kinda. Oh, I should have put question marks on that, huh? There, now there's question marks. I'm not doing okay. Ooh, there she goes! Round the inside. Welcome back, Mr. Ian. Oh, so much fun, so much fun. This is going to be great fun to watch these guys. Let's change the view. I'm having a rough week this week. Trying to do door dashing with a cane in one hand and one leg that's just not functioning is not doing it for me. My leg was twitching in the rig and hitting the brakes a little bit hard, so it was a rough race for me, but, you know, I still landed top 5, P4, so, you know, I'm going to pretend like I'm happy and move forward until something happens and I finally get taken out of this world. Oh, I'm in so much pain, I'm not even going to hide the brand of this thing that I'm drinking today. And one of these days, they will pay me. I swear to God, they're going to pay me. And we're going to put it on our car, too, because I drink them. So much of them. All right, looks like we got people jumping in the pits, putting on soft tires. Josh the Pool Stark is still sitting on IMs. We're going to put in the chat to check tires. How do I spell that? Tyahrs. This should be funny. I hope. And I don't want to spell it any way that is possibly correct, my friends. I wanted to spell it in the funkiest Tyahs way possible. So I think when Phil says tires quickly when he's excited, it comes across like I just spelled it. So it's random weather, so we don't know what's gonna be happening. We have got Mr. Kieran up here with a 204.5 so far. He is on racing medium tires. That's not bad with the moist on the track. I'm going to keep saying that word moist as long as there's a little bit of water out there. If you guys hear some echoing from the chat and the controller, just let me know and I'll take care of that. I know, I'm really happy I got this mic. It's just like a, I don't know, $30 mic or something, and I no longer want to shoot myself when I hear the sound of my voice. Now it's because of pain. It has nothing to do with the sound of my voice, at least. Tyahs. Yeah, okay, see, next time I gotta leave out the R. That's where I messed it up. Oh, and I didn't put the I before the Y. Oi, oi. Check your tires. I think we got a grid full of people here. Creasy Kieran, how are you, my friend? Did you get some practice in for this one?
The last hour, but what I've realised, and I think Nick is the same, is the R8's been absolutely screwed.
Yeah, no, the R8's never been good on tires, and after this last update, there are going to be certain tracks. This is especially one of them with a lot of heavy braking zones where it doesn't matter what they did, you're still going to kill the tires in that rate.
No, it's not the tyres, it's so slow. It's honestly so slow.
Is it that bad?
You're going to notice it in the quality laps. Look, I guarantee you that unless one of us pulls a massive one, a 3, if not, I don't know, Hooley, are you racing or not?
Yeah, Hools is in.
I bet if not all 4 Porsches will be the top 4. I can bet you that me, Nick, and Noonan will be extremely close on times, but we won't be anywhere near the Porsche.
Yeah, the Porsche's got a little bit of issue with acceleration here as well. Like, you can get on the gas early, but like, you have to be on super early in order to get it up to the speed you need to. Oh, and there's rain. Sweat.
Fuck, the R8 can't drive in the wet.
Well, you're gonna have to figure that one out quick, honey. We've got the moist.
It is, the R8 can't go see the straight line in the way.
Alright, we're gonna watch from the bird's eye perspective for a little bit here, as if we had an amazing camera flying around the track watching these people that jumps exactly where I wanted to, when I wanted to. Oh no! Oh, fun. Alright, so we don't have a time set yet. Yeah, that is one thing though, is the Porsche is good in the wet. At least on GT7. Traction control up to 3. Okay, make it 4. Try 5. Alright, now anybody who is listening and watching this and driving, Make sure you leave some space in the quali laps. We're just on the out lap now, so it's not a big deal, but we want to try and have at least 2 to 4 seconds between. It makes it so much easier to not have incidents in quali. Sure, I'll invite Hippie to the party. Let's see if I can do that. I'm having lots of tissues functioning, so, you know, it just...
If this ends up being a wet start, does that get rid of the tire?
Alright, Hippie has been invited to the potty. Potty, potty. Keep your pants on.
If you start on wets, if it stays for a long time, you stay on wets.
Moomin and Nick Ritchie's.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
That really sucks. Put some toilet paper on it. I'm in the middle of the stream.
yeah, I got
I'll get you Band-Aid in a minute. Well, that's nice. I've got a crazy feline, not that one, that decided to knock over a giant goblet and broke and left glass all over the floor. My son just found a piece with his foot. I mean, we tried to clean it up. Love you. Oh, there's the cat.
Green's really bad rain, isn't it?
Green is bad rain.
Yeah, and I'm on fucking Inters. They were doing good a minute ago.
All right, so we've got the hooligan, that moisture meter, the moist bar is up just about past the 2/3 at this point, going into the S's here.
Yeah, I'm aquaplaning.
Aquaplaning, that's a new one for me. I've never heard aquaplaning before.
It's hydroplaning, which is the hard trick.
Yeah, I know. I like it. I like aquaplaning better.
It sounds really good.
Oh, I can't even fuck me.
You know what? You could even go as far as to call it aquamanning.
Can't get out of the fucking...
Yeah, no, nobody? I'm fine. I see how it is. That was freaking funny. Ooh, and the pool shark is drifting down through, what is that, Degner 2?
I'm sorry, Paul Shark, if he put him off, but then he was drifting, so it doesn't count. Because I was sliding across the grass, I was out of control, and no control.
Oh, you know what? I know what one of our problems is here. No, the volume thing when I'm in the party.
He's coming back to Inters. I may have picked the right
Kitty.
time.
Oh, never mind. So we don't have any times set yet. I mean, we've been in quali for almost 5 minutes. We still haven't set times yet. This is going to be an interesting race. Miss Yvonne and Miss Sophie running up there. Oh, Miss Sophie runs wide out of 130R. Or R130. I'm going to screw that up every time, I swear to God. I just can't get it right. It doesn't help that... It doesn't help that I can't sit right or think right or anything else right now anyway. Do we have times coming in? We have times coming in. The Hooligan with a 2:23.1 on wet tires is our first pole sitter of the day in Der Porsche. I can't. Sophie and Yvonne are on intermediates. Kieran's in intermediates. All the way down to Nick is on wets. Red is on wets. Moomin. And our man, another Transmission Motorsport team member that refuses to change the letters on his name. I'm never gonna stop giving him a hard time about this. But Hippie is racing soft already. As whoa, was that the hooligan just flew past him, drifting into Degner 2? He's already got a purple lap by almost 5 seconds. The track is drying out quickly, so this is turning out just like it did on the practice. So fine, Aqua Manning is under the water, and Aqua Supermaning is on top of the water. How about that, Richie? Is that good enough for you? Alright, so let's go and see who else is going through the sectors. Miss Yvonne and Miss Sophie, back to back here. They're teammates, drivers, they race with Innit Esports, Screen to Speed. They are so far on for a 10-second faster lap than the pole position right now. Where are they? They're coming into the Casio Triangle. A little squirrely. Let's get around the corner. The Hooligan is still coming up, so we'll see where they're at. Oh, Miss Sophie with a 211.6, Yvonne with a 213.4, the Hooligan just behind with a 213.6. This is shaping up to be some great competition, and yes, the hippie, our man, is very optimistic. But look at how the track is drying out. We have, I think we have 7.5 minutes left of qualification here, and it's drying out enough that those racing softs may do it for him, and he may be able to pull this off on the dry line. Ooh, Mr. Kieran's on softs.
Nick's in the pits, but I don't know if he's going to get round quick enough to you, if he just swaps tires or if he's giving up. Oh, and I think
Oh no, he's coming out. Nick's coming out. So all we need...
Nick's going to have to fucking sit. I bet Nick doesn't make it.
Is it 10 minutes or is it 15 minutes? I thought we were 15-minute quali. 10. Oh! Next week's... Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to be practicing the Nordschleife on ACC for the next however long I can suffer it with this pain. Yes, it will. Yeah, but being able to drive better on ACC will help me drive cars better on GT7. It doesn't matter. You can't even hit the half of the curves in ACC, but it still teaches you to handle a car better. Whoa, M3 guy, Mr. Nick with all kinds of squirrels right there in Degnar 2.
Is Paul Shark in that thing now? In the party? Hopefully they've got away with it because I'm going to catch him on the dries otherwise.
I don't think he is in the party right now.
Yeah, I'm going to call him on the dries. I'm going to let him go.
He is on a personal best right now on racing soft tires. Wait, no, he's on intermediates. What? How is he on intermediates?
He was sliding all over. He'd get points for the drifting championship, but that's about it.
Well, he's on a purple lap coming through past the Casio Triangle on intermediates, drifting all the way through there. Oh, it was just a personal best with a 210.4. The Hooligan is done. He's parked his car in the pits. He's waiting for it all to schmooze out. It's not going to restart, though. You never know.
Catch that wet line.
All right, well, we'll see. Looks like we're all on the final lap right here. We're going to go through and watch one at a time. Who is the farthest in? The farthest in is Yvonne. Ms. Yvonne. I'm going to start calling her Posh Yvonne because she said it sounds so posh when I say Miss Yvonne. Hi, Tyson. I'm losing my voice already. This is shaping up to be an amazing day for me. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense, Josh. Apparently you heard the chatter, though, that he was going to let you go ahead. I'll tell you what, though, this chair feels a lot better than my other one. You know what? Watch this. I'm not driving, so I can take my shoesies off. Special racing shoes. These are my I'm going to do okay shoes no matter what. It only cost me $90 freaking too. Alright, so through the Casio Triangle comes Ms. Yvonne. we've got Red with the fastest lap, subbing in for Seal. Miss Yvonne does not better her time. Ms. Sophie coming through next. She did not either. Who's coming? Who's the next person? Where is it? Come on. Mr. Kieran. The Creasy Man. I love calling him Creasy because sometimes it sounds like I'm calling him Greasy, and he kind of is the way he's quick on track. And that looked like a purple lap. He just stole pole away from Mr. Red.
Red picked the soft at the right moment.
Yeah, absolutely did. Swimming on them soft tires with one of the most powerful numbers in existence on your car. 666. Let's do this.
I called the rain at least twice in that. I was up about a second and a bit.
All right, so it looks like we got everybody through. We do. So that means I need to do something, right? No, I have to wait until it's. I have to wait till it's done clicking. P1 and P3. What's that team? What's your team name, Kieran?
Oh, I can't fucking remember. Oh yeah. OAP in training.
OEP in training. So there's like original ecstatic plebs in training.
Old age pensioners.
OAG. I gotcha. Okay.
God, is it,
I have
check the rain.
a picture.
How bad it is.
It's raining.
How do I take a picture?
Just as bad.
And then we go next
Oh, this is going to be a
and
fucking
take another
nightmare.
picture.
Obviously going to know what to start on.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go and check out the weather radar because it looks like it's gonna be different than it was last time. And let's zoom out just a click. At 30 minutes, it's still disgustingly grossy wet, and there's the hippie. He's dropping in to say hello at least.
Hello, hippie.
And
It's a surprise.
it looks like we might see just a little bit more moisture in the beginning of this race than we saw in qualifying. So this is gonna turn out to be very, very interesting.
Hippie, I'm starting on inters. I think we should take the risk of the bucket and one of us start wet and the other starts inters. What's your thoughts?
Pretty sure I'm bored with the inters and the wets, but I haven't got them for some reason. Pretty sure I got them when I bought the car. I usually do when I buy 3 or 4 cars, but not this time.
It did not rain during qualifying, but the track started out super wet, and I think for the start of this main event, we are going to have rain falling in the very beginning, and it might clear up, or you never know, it could just decide to dump on them the whole time. Like,
If we wait too long, then the weather will pass, but it won't dry up until we get on track.
right, but we'll see. I mean, I wish I could change the time of the weather that I'm looking at instead of waiting for it this whole time.
Yeah. See, because it's that wet, if a car, because we're going to lose control, there's going to be a crash. Yeah, I'm just hoping it doesn't affect the ratings, because if you're sliding, you're just going where the car's going.
So it looks like the rain might disappear.
It'll disappear, but it's the same setup as it was for quali and practice.
It looks different. I'm watching the radar right now, and it looks different than it did for quali.
How are you watching the radar?
I'm,
There's a main menu.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little sun and
Oh, okay, I see it now. Is that meant to be a picture of Japan or something where the track is?
it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it actually is accurate. I've checked a few of them. and
What
they
do you-
are accurate.
What are you talking about? A picture of Japan where the...
Pissy
The
race.
actual map.
Oh,
It's going to be a pissy race.
I see moist in everybody's future.
Yes.
So we get to deal with turn 1 and the S's with cold tires, everybody bunched up together, This is gonna be
Aneurysm time.
it's gonna be so much fun to watch all of these guys in the start.
Hoodie, what's your view on doing a Joker lap?
The whole race is gonna be a Joker lap. So what does it matter?
Okay, I was
I don't know what my viewers can hear, but somebody was asking what the hooligans' view of a Joker lap would be, and the hooligans said the entire race around Suzuka today because of the wet. Because of the moist. I like the moist.
You're just gonna have to deal with it then, hippie, for a few laps.
So, that means that you're going to want to be careful with tire choice because you have to use 2 compounds. When it dries up, if it dries up early, are you going to shoot for a 2-stop and run softs twice? Or are you... It depends on when the track dries out. So if the track dries out early and you pit stop before you can fuel up enough fuel to finish, are you going to run a 2-stop for 2 sets of softs, or are you just going to put on the mediums and try and save a little bit of time in the pits? That's going to be a little bit of strategy that can play out here on the track today. That's something we don't normally have with these races right now, is that...
If you look at the track right now, it's not raining.
Ouch! Let go of my foot, you...
It has stopped raining.
It has stopped raining. Okay, so it looks like the tire rule is only in effect if it's wet. So basically, the rule is you run 2 compounds of tires. If you have to start on intermediates or wets, that counts as your second compound, and everything else after that is up for grabs.
I'm probably gonna go mediums because this fucking car eats the softs like it's fucking having doubles.
Right, but if you start out on softs or mediums, I always do, Miss Sophie. Thank you. I don't know if she's watching or not.
Like, hippie, you might have got lucky here.
Mate, well, I got lucky in call. I was quite surprised with the quality.
I think Nick jumped in the pits and
I think she is watching.
Right, when we go in, I think the track's going to be drying out. Do I risk starting on...
Is everybody here?
Nah, I'm going to stay on inters, and if I have to pit, I have to pit.
It doesn't. The pit window goes out the window as well with the weather, so...
See, because if it's not raining but the track's soaking wet, does that still count?
I think it has to.
It's wet. It's wet.
So I'm just going to make an announcement real quick. Pit window is null.
Right, I'm going to put a bet on the finishing spot. It's going to be Red in first, or Sophie, and then they're going to be in second, and then it's going to be Yvonne third. Hippie's the wild card because I don't know what the Z4's like, and then it's probably going to be me.
Hold on a second, Phil.
Is Josh back?
Yes. 2 compounds still required.
Yeah. Yes.
Good thing it's not 20 laps, because in the fucking wet it would have taken us, instead of 40 minutes, fucking an hour and a half.
Okay, so we're getting rid of the pit window, but 2 compounds are required. I announced it. We're good. That way, if they want to start on intermediate or wets, they can. And this is it. I think we're getting ready for a green flag to drop.
Yeah, poor Fox said he was back before.
It's a shame you can't go around in like a safety car to check the track like F1.
Right? That'll be good.
Can I get on track real quick?
Crazy out in a Lamborghini.
That would be fun if I could get on track real quick. I'll be the safety car. It's wet. It's raining, my friends, and I want this view. You know, I warned everyone.
I feel bad for you.
I warned everybody we've got a false start. Here's a go.
Fucking hell, I'm just pissed off.
Mr. Kieran running away from the pole position.
Maybe Sophie got 1.5 behind me to be 0.8 behind me. She didn't check that.
The pool shark keeps it on track. Everybody keeps it on track around the turn run. Going into the S's now. I'm going to be checking to see what everybody's doing for tires here in just a moment, but I want to see how we get around at least through Degnar, maybe the hairpin first. Everybody's slipping and sliding. They're going everywhere. Kieran had the pressure from Sophie. Kieran let her go as she slides off out of Degnar. Oh my goodness, look at this. They say loose is fast, and this is an all new meaning to loose as we come around drifting through the Degnar curves. All right. We got a hairpin. Look how close all these guys are. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here going 3 wide. Whoa. Oh my goodness, these guys are crazy in the wet. All right, what's going on behind? Oh my goodness, here comes Yvonne, here comes Moomin. The Hools is right there too. Yvonne off the track. I love this wet weather race. This is so much fun to watch. I'm so glad mine wasn't. All right, we're gonna have to go and see what's going on here. P1, P2, Mr. Kieran taking the outside around 130R. Just a little tippity tap. What's gonna happen here? Kieran went wide. That's gonna give whoever I'm on now. That was red time to catch up. So no, red slipping and sliding coming around, and we're gonna change this now. I gotta see what's going on. Now we are displaying all, and we're gonna go up and look at this. So we've got Sophie, Kieran, red, everybody except for the hippie is on intermediates. Hold on, Kitty, I'll let you out. Hippie is gonna be running into the pits to change his tires because that was a rough start on those racing mediums. Still only 5 seconds separating from first place to 7th place, 8th place even. Everybody running in a line coming through the S's once again for lap number 2. Moomin Papa coming up on Yvonne. Kieran lost it off to the side. So Degnar won, and maybe some contact took him out right there. And ow, this hurts. Okay, that's a little better. All right, so still tight racing. 4 seconds, 4.5 seconds. Nick within 5 seconds. Kieran 11 seconds back in the Hooligan 20. There was something happened back there. And the hippie is struggling around on those racing mediums, still 53 seconds back from the leaders.
I think at the end of this lap, though, for us,
That was Miss Yvonne watching red go just a little bit wide through the spoons there.
yeah, Red did catch us here, and I'm just on set.
So it looks like our lady, Miss Sophie, is going to be running away with a 3-second lead. She's running just a bit wide out of 130R, coming into the Casio Triangle.
Yeah, I'm watching that round.
And just a little bit slick. Is everybody here? The engine sounds on this okay? Do I have to leave the voice chat? So now the battle is Yvonne. Well, it's not even really a battle. It's the 3 teammates for the podium right now. We got the Moon and Papa only a half a second behind Yvonne in the R8. And the sky has cleared up, so now we're going to be watching for a dry line to hit, and this is where this could actually pay off for Hippie to have started out on those racing mediums. Yes, he's a minute behind now, but he doesn't have to make that pit stop to get onto a different compound of tires, because the track is already just about dry enough with the dry line forming for him to start making better lap times than anybody else on these tires.
Who's on Inters apart from me?
Everybody.
Somehow I've gained 5 seconds.
So here it is. The Hooligan has caught some time back up. He's now only 15 seconds behind. The Kieran only 7 seconds back from there. He's working on a purple lap already on lap 3. I bet. Ooh, that was some action. Who was that? That was Red going just a little bit wide through the Degner curves. Nick right behind Yvonne going just a little bit wide as well. Everybody is going to be putting in faster laps now as the track starts to dry out. Moomin Papa going wide through the hairpin. Pulsar taking advantage of a slow corner by Nick and taking P4. Look at him run. There we go. Kieran side by side with Moomin Papa. Kieran with the inside line. He's got it. Everybody going tight into the spoons. Pool Shark ran wide, back on track. It's just they're slipping and sliding everywhere. You would think that they're on a slip and slide. Kieran giving Pool Shark the bit of a bump outside of Nick for 130R coming up. How are they gonna take this turn? All three together. Nick backs out, gives a little bit of space to Pool Shark. Oh, run just a little bit wide, and the squirrel let Kieran take advantage of that one. Alright, so we've got Kieran back in P4. Miss Yvonne in P3. Red with a 4-second gap up to Sophie, who's just starting to run away. Now, here's where it's going to be interesting. Right now, the Hippie is a minute 14 seconds back, but he's on racing medium tires as this track is drying out. He doesn't have to make an extra pit stop to get onto a dry compound. Anybody who does make a pit stop before lap, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 is going to have to make 2 stops in order to have enough fuel. So this is where the strategy is going to come into play on this. How long are these people going to run on intermediate tires? Fast lap so far by Kieran, 2:11.5. Let's go and ride on board as he listens to me and catches the commentator's curse because he was smart enough to join party chat with me. Putting the pressure on Yvonne. He's catching. From 1.5 to 1 second back out of the hairpin right there. Still has a run coming up into the spoon. Okay, now another thing everybody's got to be thinking about here is keeping their tires cooled off. Yes, you're on intermediates. The track is drying out. You're gonna have to run into the wet parts of the tracks in order to keep your tires cool and not have them degrade super fast. And then, how long are they gonna last before they pit? Miss Yvonne running super wide, coming through 130R right there. Dirty tires, able to keep it on the track through Castillo curve or triangle. Blech. Kieran is done with the intermediate tires. He's going to go in and he's got to make 2 stops at this point, so he's probably going to end up running on softs and just changing them out twice. Alright, Miss Sophie with a 3-second gap back to Red. Red's got a 2:07.4. It's the fastest lap of the race so far. Yvonne, 5 seconds back from there. Josh, the Pool Shark, another 4 seconds back from there. Only 12 seconds back from the lead. 1 second back from there is the Moomin Papa getting a little bit loose as you come out of the S's. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, Nick, 1.5 seconds back from there, coming into the Degner curves. The Pool Shark ran wide after Degner won. Moomin Papa and Nick able to take advantage of that. Kieran's now coming up on the same incident. Look at that, he jumped right out of the way so that he didn't get hit by Kieran. Trying to leave him space to get through on the racing line. Good job, good job. Alright, so the hippie is still holding on at just about 114 back. The hooligan just a little bit ahead of there. And the hooligan is now on racing soft tires, so he's made a pit stop and so he's in pretty decent position right now. Everybody else is going to be considering making 2 stops. Oh, Red is done with these tires as well, so it's looking like we're going to see a 2-stop from Red also. And we're only at lap 5, so unless you are massive fuel saving and losing time on this, you are not going to make the full race if you pit right now. Moomin Papa also diving in. When you look at the moisture meter on there, we're down to the bottom third, so anybody who started out, the hippie starting out on those racing medium tires saved himself 20 seconds. At least, there's about a 20-second pit loss. So he's going to be able to run and do a single stop to anybody right now who is pitting. They're going to have to stop twice. So that's already going to save him 20 seconds. He's pushing right now at 2 seconds faster lap. He's going to land at 2:05 here coming through lap 5. And we're going to go back to the beautiful overview and look at this car as it comes through. The BMW, and now Hippie with the fastest lap at a 2:04.9. So we are 12 minutes into this, and if you've refueled 100% right now, I don't think that's enough to make it. So we're gonna go up to the top and take a look at Sophie. She's still putting in 207, 208s, high 207 to 208s on the intermediate tires, which are already wearing down pretty bad. Yvonne back there, just about exactly the same kinds of times and the same tire wear. Nick just a little bit slow, dude. He's doing 211s on those intermediate tires, but they're not quite as worn. Kieran diving down the outside as we come into the Casio triangle, makes the pass. So now that our 2 leaders in the pits, Kieran's gonna inherit the lead, and he's already made 1 pit stop. So after this is done here, let's go down and take a look. Mr. Hippie is 47 seconds back right now from the leader, and that's gonna drop just about in half just for him not having to make a second pit stop for fuel, and probably another set of tires, because what do these guys come out on? Everybody is going, ooh, not everybody. Sophie and Red are out on the mediums. Kieran's out on the softs. He's gonna burn those tires up, I'm sure, and have to change into a new set of softs in a bit. So we've got, yeah, but the rain, the moist is gonna dry, and you're not gonna have that little safety as you drift around Degner 2. So we've got Mr. Kieran with a 204.4, 1.2 seconds ahead of Red, who was on the racing medium tires. So, softer compound in front. From what I've seen of Red, he's friggin' fast, though. I don't know what his medium times are gonna be.
I can go back on to Suzuka, can't I?
Yes, you can. That's why I made the announcement in the beginning. 2 compounds required. You started out on intermediate, so you're already on 2 compounds. You can do whatever you want in your next pit stop.
It's been too long since I've been in this.
So we've got
6 weeks.
11 seconds from P2 to Miss Sophie in P3. She's made her stop. She's on racing medium tires. The Moomin Papa, 14 seconds back from the leaders now. He's on racing soft. Some moisture meters just about dead on the dry line. So as long as you don't wander off of the racing line, you're going to be doing all right. It looks like the Moomin is on for the fast lap of the race so far right now.
Just gonna see which one it's on.
Here is Miss Yvonne. She's coming around on her racing mediums. It looked like she was on for a fast lap for a second there on racing mediums. Hitting the Casio triangle, using all of the track, even in the wet on those racing medium tires. But it doesn't look like the moisture bar is going up too far when she hits off the line. Maybe there was a penalty there. I didn't see a...
The chicane has sent me out.
I didn't see a time for that. Oh, maybe it was the pit. Alright, here comes Nick on the racing soft tires. So he is on his out lap from his pit stop. Hippie, still 47 seconds back, but only 14 seconds back from Nick in 6th place. The Pool Shark, 4 seconds back from there. The Pool Shark is now on racing soft tires, and the Hooligan is now also on racing soft tires. And it looks like he's only about 2 laps in. If he fuel saves, he might be able to make it last if he can whisper those tires. But that's yet to be seen. It's really hard to make soft tires last that long, but he did pit later than most of the other people did that are now on racing soft tires. Kieran, now we can see the pace difference between racing mediums and racing softs. He's grown the gap about 0.6 seconds over the period of about a lap and a half. And he's on for a fast lap. So he's got the fast lap now. It looks like he's about a second faster. So 2:02 on the racing softs as the track starts to dry out. We are 17 minutes in, right? Yes, that's counting up, not down. So we are 17 minutes in. We've got 22 minutes left of this race as he beats his lap by just about a second. Red catching up just a little bit through the Casio triangle in the start as they come around through turn 1 and 2 into the S's. Miss Sophie with 12 seconds to make up to catch back up to her teammate Red. And Moomin Papa still on it. All of these people have made one pit stop. They're all on racing tires now. Most of them chose racing softs, and I feel like we're going to be looking at doing a 2-stop for most of the people that changed to the softs early on. There might be a few people that can do a splash and go that jumped onto the mediums at that time. We're probably going to see about 18 laps, considering the first couple laps time. It shouldn't be any less than 17 laps. So it's going to be interesting as the second half of this race starts to develop. Alright, Nick on for a personal best, going down into the 204s here shortly. My man, the hippie in the BMW, got a 203.5 so far. He is on racing mediums. He's got a big gap ahead and a small gap behind, but he's already made up time thanks to starting on these tires. He could probably pit darn near any time now and make it to the end of the race with fuel and fresh tires. So That could have been just an amazing move from him. As hard as it looked and as rough as it was starting out on those racing tires, you never know because the track dried out so fast. He's able to start putting in lap times. A 2:03.5 now on lap 9 for the Transmission Motorsport Hippie Heat. I'm never going to let him live that down, just so you know. Don't forget, if you pop in, we are doing this for Cerebral Palsy Alliance. I mean, look at the work that everybody put into their cars. It's a Broken Pistons racing team with the Cerebral Palsy Alliance livery, and the walls are not letting me give you a good view of it, but trust me, they put a lot of work into these liveries. There's the hippie. You see the giant handprint, Cerebral Palsy Alliance. Here's Nick's Broken Pistons R8. Sophie. Nope, this one's Yvonne. United Sim Team Racing, the Cerebral Palsy Alliance. Also runs Init Esports and Screen to Speed. All women in racing, celebrating women in motorsports. It's really awesome, and it's got some great episodes you can watch. But the point I was trying to make is, look at these. I like his cartoon. This is the Hooligans TCR Cerebral Palsy Porsche. But we are here to raise money for Cerebral Palsy Alliance. I think we're just over $100 or so at this point. We've got a goal set at 500. We've got one race left after this one. That's going to be at the Nürburgring Nordschleife. I would love to see some donations come in. If you can't donate yourself, share the link to your friends. Every dollar will help. I put it on Facebook. Who cares? Anybody, just donate to the link. Let's raise some money for Cerebral Palsy. And back to the leader with a 2:01.9 here on lap 10. I can't see the weather radar at this point. Ooh, can I cheat? All right, 2:01.8. We're going to go ahead and let's take a look at the radar real quick, because this is the first time I've ever considered doing this. I don't know why I haven't. But it's minus 60 minutes until now, and it might show me because it looks like it's getting a little dark again. And I'm not gonna say.
Fucking turn, you fat car.
Alright, back to reality here. Alright, we got everything on here again. So Kieran with a 1.5 second lead over Red. Red on racing mediums, and Kieran just working them softs. This is very, very interesting. It looks like Hippie Heat is finally sick of those racing medium tires. He's going to be dropping in and jumping onto softs and filling up for the rest of the race. That's going to give our Hooligan a chance to catch up and get around him. We got 25 seconds right now, so that is going to be just enough time for him to get around Hippie in the pits. As we come through into turn one, that's just because of the run. He's got it, he's got it, he's got it. Woo! All right. Now, Mr. Josh, the Pool Shark, running in P7, 23 seconds up, 16 seconds back, with a 2:04.2 so far on racing soft tires. Mr. Nick with a 2:02.7. He's on racing softs, and he's whispering those tires. You see, he's got a good 7/8 left almost. So he's got plenty of soft tires left. He's got half a tank of fuel. That could be enough to get him through to the finish of the race. So that could be a big boom for him. Here is Miss Yvonne. She's running to put in a 2:02.5 now on the racing medium tires as the sky darkens. But I don't want to jinx anybody by saying that there's no moisture in the forecast, because I could be wrong. 2:03.2 for that lap. She lost a little bit of time through the Casio Triangle. 12 seconds back from Mr. Moomin Papa. He's been around since the pleb days. He's Dream Team Racing, our Transmission Motorsports sibling team. These guys also put on some great shows and great streams, commentary, and an amazing racing series that I don't know if it's going to be my last one or not because of ACC, but I'm going to be in the next one at least. It was, just on time to catch Miss Sophie getting back on track after Degner 2, so Moomin Papa gained lots of time, still coming up on her, now within about 3.5 seconds. Red pushing those racing medium tires, still within 0.3 of a second of Kieran on racing softs. Red is got some alien DNA, I think. He's on for the fastest lap of the race on racing mediums.
This is where you'll see a Porsche come to life, mate.
Coming through the Casio Triangle, look how much of the track he is using. Just a touch too much. So that fast lap time technically should not count because he got a penalty. But he's going to be working off a half a second penalty as we come down through. Ooh, just touches the contact coming through the S's here after turn 1. Kieran's going to want to hold on to this number 1 spot until we get past the penalty zone. That will give him a good extra 3/4 of a second or so lead because that half a second is never a half a second. Working, pushing those tires as hard as he can, coming into the Degner curves. They're gonna change up the view here. They're just nose to tail. Look at these guys coming through here. So far, it looks like Kieran's gonna be able to hold on to his position up through the penalty zone. He's gonna have the inside coming through up to the spoon. He's going to want to hold the center line just long enough to not let Red want to stick his nose down the inside, and as he does it anyway. Oh, and Kieran goes off to the outside. I should not be in chat where he can hear me right now because that was probably the Birch cursing, commentary coicing. But Red does have a penalty to serve, so let's see what happens when he serves this penalty right here. Does that give Kieran enough time to get past? It does not, as they pull into the next corner, 130R, and then into the Casio Triangle. Oh, such close racing. Alright, so Red is able to extend a little bit of a gap. He shouldn't be allowed to race with normal people. He's too fast. That's insane. Oh my goodness, we got a little bit of, I'm gonna call that freaking out. Somebody ate something with purple marks on it because I don't know how that happened. It's called lag, actually. It's lag. That was some big bouncing. I hope it's not happening for her like that a lot. Is my stream's still going, right? We got this notification here. That was 10 hours ago. Okay, my stream is fine. Thanks. Ouch. All right, Mr. Kieran from P1 to P4, stopping the pits for brand new racing soft tires, filled up to just over 3/8 of a tank, about 7/16 there. Say 40 liters-ish. So he's got fuel to make it to the end. We've only got 10 minutes left here, so we're looking at 5 laps. He's got more than enough fuel to make it to the end. Red has got enough fuel to make it to the end on those racing mediums. Miss Sophie's got the fuel and plenty of tires left. So the bit of moist on the track saved those racing medium tires long enough for them to be able to go the full race without having to stop again, as long as you stopped after lap about 6 or 7. So we are looking at, what did I say? Probably almost 5 laps, so 18, 19 laps max is all we're going to see out of this one today. Here is Miss Yvonne in Der Porsche. Looks like she got into a wall a couple of times, or maybe it was just a lag that made it look like that. And we'll never know. I don't have a keyboard for the PS5. I don't know why my keyboard won't work with it, but I can't do replays anymore, which is kind of a bummer. Here is our pal Nick. Best lap, 2:02.7. He's on Racing Softs. And it looks like plenty of fuel to make it the last 10 minutes, and just about 3/4 half tire wear, depending on where you're looking. Moom and Papa jumps into the pits, running out of fuel, so that's going to probably let Nick pass. Where's Nick coming through? Start finish straight right now. Moom and Papa should be poking his head out any second. There it is. Yep. No, you can't. I plugged in my keyboard and my keyboard won't work. I see yellow flag, but I can't see who. Oh. Where was that? Looks like the hooligan might have gone a little outside after the S's right there. Here is Mr. Josh, the pool shark. I don't know if it's the brand or what. I have to buy a new keyboard though. My keyboard is a USB keyboard, and when I plugged it in, it just doesn't recognize it. I don't get it. As a matter of fact, I unplugged it because of that. Interesting. I got 2 USB-C on the front. I must have a regular USB on the back. But anyway. The Hippie Heat from last place to 7th place. Still on Racing Soft tires. He's got a 201.3 right now, basically, for his fast lap. Only 30 seconds behind the Mooma Papa. Really, really, really rough start on those Racing Medium tires. He's on Racing Softs now, so that's both compounds used. Only one pit stop. Has saved himself some time, so he was able to at least salvage starting in the gushing moist on the wrong tires. Moomin Papa, after his pit stop, is now 5 seconds back from Mr. Nick, my pal, my buddy. They're all my pal, my buddies. Beautiful, beautiful livery on the R8. Oh, what was that? I hope that was a little bit of laggy on my side. Mr. Nick running around turn 1 into the S's as it just gets brighter and nicer out here. This guy is lucky that he's a tire whisperer. A lot of people are having a rough time with the softs once they get down to about a half or so. And we're looking at another three laps after this one. A lot of people would be losing time, but Nick is going to be able to hold on with these tires because I guess he just rubs them the right way. Miss Yvonne in P4 in Der Porsche. Only 17 seconds behind Mr. Kieran. She is on the mediums, he is on the softs. I think he's going to be able to hold on to this all right with a fast lap now of 2 minutes and a half a second nearly. Oh my goodness, and he's working on making that a 1:59. So 3, almost 4 seconds back from Sophie, who is on Racing Medium tires. Very possible he's going to be able to catch her in the next 3-ish, 4 laps. I'm beeping. Don't take that funny. I meant actually. Something else is beeping. I think that's Mr. Dace Racer, my pal Dave, asking if I was getting a handle on a car from 3 o'clock this morning when I tried to do my event, but I'll chat with him after. So Kieran just eating away the time, 1.5 seconds gone in just about one lap here, as Red runs away with a 19-second lead. He's still on racing medium tires, not putting in the fast lap anymore, but consistent and fast enough to hold on to this lead that he has. Let's go back through and check out, see what's happening back here. Who is that? That is the hippie. I see what that's going on. All right. So, Mr. Pool Shark, he had a slightly rough start, but he's held it fairly consistent, except for, looks like, the last 2 laps he had some incidents that slowed him down quite a bit. Or were those? There's no way those were the pit laps. No? Maybe he did pit for new softs. Those pretty fresh looking tires. No one's gonna beat the lap, Kieran. Don't you worry. Mr. Hippie in that BMW. Look how well that worked out for him. He's still in a P7. He's got 25 seconds back, 30 seconds up. Running 201s on his racing soft tires. He's whispering them, holding on to the tires. He's gonna make it down these last 2 laps that we have. Can't math, 3.5 minutes left. So most number of laps. Oh no! Now it looks like the hooligan went off in the S's. Bad day racing for my man, my bestie. And it's a shame to see that happen. And it looks like Mr. Red is taking it easy, keeping it on the track. There's no reason to push and ruin your race when you've got an 18-second lead. Miss Sophie losing all kinds of time. Kieran right behind her. We're coming up on 2.5 minutes left, so 2 more laps. Kieran's got a 0.5 second penalty, but that doesn't matter with the speed difference he's got right now. She's doing 201-ish, 202 laps. Mr. Kieran has been very consistent in 2 minutes and under for the last 3 laps. That penalty is going to make this one a little bit slower, but he's got the speed to still do something with this. I'm going to have to come back to this one shortly here. Miss Yvonne with 21 seconds up and 8 seconds behind. Running very consistent in the mid 202s to 203s. Mr. Mr. Moomin. God, I can't speak today. Moomin with 2 minutes and almost 1 second for his fast lap, and Nick right behind. We've got 0.8 of a second. Nick is going to be, is he going to be pushing it? I can't remember. That is not a broken Pistons car. They are not teammates, so Nick is going to be pushing to score those points away from Moon Papa. As we come through the Casio Triangle in the final turn, Nick lost just a little bit of time through there in the R8, but he is fast and he is consistent. He has every capability of getting it there. Now, I'll show you, Reggie. I don't know if it's just a particular one that I have or what, but it ain't working. Mr. Hippie with a big old cushion in front and back. He's going to do just fine where he's at. All he's got to do is keep her steady. Here's the Pool Shark with a 201.6. That's a pretty darn good time here in the pro lobby. And we're going to go back up and see what's happening right here. And like I said, he's back. 0.4 seconds away from the bumper of Miss Sophie.
I've got a fuel issue.
Oh no! We're down to seconds. And alright, so this is the final lap as they are coming in through to 130R.
I'm not gaining fucking anything from the straight.
So the hope here is to be able to run 130R, catch a run. They both run wide. Brake hard for the Casio triangle. Is he gonna be able to make a move as she runs off the inside and he's... Oh, she bumps him back off the other direction. Okay. That was the amount of excitement, and Mr. Kieran, poor Kieran, he was 1/15 of a lap short on... Oh, look at that. Sophie lets him go. Oh, well, we can talk that one over with the stewards. We'll let her know about that one too. Yeah, it didn't matter which way that was gonna go. She was gonna, with or without the push, you know, it was just hard racing. There's no ill will involved as the hippie comes around through for 130R for the last time, heading into the Casio triangle in his M4, I think. M3, yeah, it's an M4, right? Which freaking BMW is that? Z4. Yeah. I'm a dummy. Alright. Final turn. Oh, and they're going to end the race for us because it wasn't quite set long enough finish time. That is okay, though. We're going to save that replay. Don't do that, hooligan. There is no giving up. So that was definitely some intense, insane, crazy racing from everyone. The wet weather in the beginning really made it interesting and led for... I didn't tell you what you're gonna do. But you know, I'm going to talk you into staying because I love you and you're my friend, and when you don't get angry, you have fun. Yep. Yeah, there's a few things that, I mean, it always happens though. Like, come on, that was some deeply moist racing for the first few laps there. So
yeah, the rain's hard because a little touch that would even just scrape the paint just sends you flying in the rain or sends you out of control.
yeah, and there's a lot of close racing of in there. So you know, it just is what it is. You guys all did great. It was great watching. Great racing to be had by everyone. It was a lot of fun. Like, love commentating these and watching you guys because, you know, you're all so talented. All right, so we have one more race to go. I don't even know where I should go to it at. Do I have one in here? No, that's not the right one. How about... No, it's... I don't know where it is. But anyway, the last race is going to be the Nürburgring 24-hour. So we'll have a 20-minute qualifier so we can get, hopefully, 3 full laps in for that one. Unless we completely pleb one of them, then that's... You know, it is what it is. And I think it's the same amount of racing as before. We might have to change fuel so that we don't have to stop every lap for fuel. I don't know how that's going to work out, but this is the Nordschleife, everyone. This is going to be everything you love watching and playing on. So, last time I say it, please donate. This is for charity, Cerebral Palsy Alliance. Let's raise some mother-frickin' money for a good cause. And we only have one event left for this season. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for watching. I hope it was fun. And I hope you join me again next 2 weeks from now. God, I'm telling you, I'm not doing okay today. But y'all are doing great. It was amazing. Here, let me calendar it. Did you know calendar is a verb? Verb. Yes, it's the 28th. The 28th is the final race. And it is going to be massive, massive, massive amounts of fun because it is the Nordschleife. So there will be less people getting lapped when it is possible for it to happen because it's such a long track that you just don't have as much time to make that happen. So anyway, that, and don't forget to check out my man the Hools when he streams the Pro-Am. And I'm gonna have a new series coming up. You're off that night, are you? Cool, so you can come and join us for the Madness in Comms. I'll let you talk with me. I bet you can talk with Hools too. But I'm going to be starting a new series for ACC on learning tracks and adjusting setups to be able to handle them a little bit better for beginners. I'm not like crazy alien fast, but after 1 week of driving a track, I'm able to get into mid-pack on a very large group of people that are... I will beg you to join me, Richie. But mid-pack on a group of 100 people that have been playing ACC for years, I think being able to jump in and play with it enough to get mid-pack in something like that for a time trial is not bad. I'm still just starting, so maybe I've got more talent. What's that?
I was just seeing if Hippie was still here. How did you find it in the end?
It was alright. I'll take some, definitely.
Have you got a brand new tyres yet?
All right, well, I'm going to let everybody go out of the stream. Everybody's leaving anyway, so love y'all. Don't forget to check out the next one. Don't forget to share the link and donate.